Evan has a chewable GABA. I also have a liposomal curcumin. When you're taking curcumin, you want to make sure it's liposomal so it has maximal absorption. Only about 15% get absorbed. It's also better absorbed with black pepper as well, but people that have nightshade sensitivity, that may be problematic. So if you want Curcumin Supreme as a liposomal version, we'll put down below, we'll put Evan's recommended products too. Now, interesting study here, when they looked at inflammation in the same rat study, when they looked at the administration of curcumin, they actually saw a decrease in cortisol. So this is serum cortisol here. And as they increase the curcumin, you can see the drop in cortisol. And it makes sense because cortisol is an anti-inflammatory. So the more your inflammation your body has, the more you're going to surge cortisol to help reduce the inflammation. The problem is cortisol is catabolic. It'll break down tissue. And so in the long run, you don't want cortisol out of balance because it will start breaking up tissue. So interesting enough to see that the reduction in cortisol followed by the increase in the amount of curcumin given to the rats and the increase in improved mood, the decrease in anxiety. So that's powerful. So we want to look at everything from a root cause. We want to have all of our foundational tools and our palliative functional medicine nutritional tools to plug in. And it's just good to have some data to kind of back it up so we can see, yeah, these things make sense. Because I always tell patients I'm talking to, what's the mechanism? What's the root cause? Are we getting to the root cause? And there anything else that we can do palliatively to support the healing of the root cause?
Yeah, meaning, okay, we could do some chewable GABA, we could do some curcumin or whatever else to try to calm things down, while behind the scenes, we're working on getting the mold out, fixing the bacterial balance, integrating in probiotics, restoring gut flora, bringing in Saccharomyces boulardii to address candida. All these things are, that's the art of it, right? That's the fun and the beauty of what we do, and it's just a blast. Let's hit this question here from Sarah before we wrap it up. She said here, are there any thoughts on raw milk to help heal the gut if tolerated? Okay, there are mixed thoughts with this. I'll rant on it real quick. My thought is, because I had a lot of issues with dairy, I personally just do butter, and I feel best with that. And I would argue that to help heal the gut, we can use all these other clinically shown ingredients that don't use dairy proteins, like the zinc carnosine, the glutamine, the chamomile, the DGL. So my bias is to go for that. But what do you think?
I had the same as well. I don't do great with raw milk. I get massive diarrhea, massive bloating issues, even raw. Now, the benefit of raw milk is you have all of the cream, right? The homogenation tends to like kind of damage a lot of the globules. And then, of course, the pasteurization destroys all the enzymes that help you handle casein and lactose, which is the sugar in the milk better. The casein's the protein. And so there's that, right? And so you tend to if you have problems with dairy, you have a better chance of being able to tolerate it with raw milk. Now, even with raw milk, I don't do it as well, but I don't tolerate as well, but I do tolerate butter and ghee wonderfully because it's cut out the casein and it's cut out also the lactose as well. So in general, if you're more hypoallergenic, probably stay away from it. Wait till you're healthier, try it. If you're relatively healthy and you want to give it a try, sure. But in general, if you're having immune issues or chronic inflammation issues, probably stay away from it until you get things under the control. And then you have a better baseline. Then when you try to add it in, then you'll really be able to know if you can handle it or not, because you'll go from feeling good to not, and it'll be quite clear.